Welcome to الكرامة news channel. I'm Ahmed Ojdi and this is our top stories tonight. Medical source confirmed the death of 2 people and injuring of 10 others in the center of Benghazi in clashes between the Arab Libyan armed forces and the terrorist militaries. A military source confirmed that the troops had made progress in Al-Sabri axis. Meanwhile, Nasr al-Hasi, the spokesman for the Air Force, said that the arms shelled the terrorist groups in Al-Sabri and Real al-Marisa port. Notable that the Air Force was able to bomb an ammunition store. A huge fire broke out inside the University of Tripoli at the dawn today without knowing the reasons of this fire yet. The media sources reported that the fire went to the center of the university and tried to control the flames and the smokes, which rising a lot. Notable that Tripoli is witnesses the bad security situation due to the expansion of the terrorist organization and the absence of the legitimate authority of the state in the city. Air Force raid targeted 2 sites of the terrorist groups in Al-Hilla Gate and killing 3 members of the terrorist Daesh group. In related context, the spokesman of the Omar al-Khattar Operation Room, Ahmed Abdel Karim Sabri, confirmed that he has been monitoring a gunman following to Daesh terrorist group in Buhindi, west of Al-Zid town, to deal with them, and explained that the military force moved after locating them and forcing them to hand over. The terrorist also pointing out that he had been took ammunition and military vehicles left behind by the terrorist groups during 3 escapes. An employee in Libya telecom network company named Mohammed Meriem was kidnapped by unknown gunmen in the central of Bani Walid. The security source confirmed that Mohammed was taken in front of his office at gunpoint to unknown location, pointing out that there were a trace of blood inside the kidnapped office, while the authorities now is searching for his car. The interim government has asked the elders and the wise men of the Tibbu and Tawarik tribes to bridge the gap and stop the fighting between the members of the 2 tribes. According to the government, it's following the situation with great concern, calling all the Libyan people to stand together to get out of this crisis being experienced and this critical time in the country. The flights from Al-Nafura oil airport began again in the Oasis area after several months of closing. The runway received 2 flights. The first one was from Libya Air Company coming from Abrag Airport. The second was in the oil airline coming from the Mlitag Airport. The return to work, also resuming the flights in Al-Nafura Oil Airport, was after the following up for the Oasis City Council and under security observing of Al-Kufra City Council. Informed source reported that the Tunisian security authorities handed over the Libyan smugglers who were stopped in Bani Gardan to the Dawn of Libya terrorist militias. The same source added that the smugglers and they are 6 were handed over to the Dawn of Libya terrorist militias, which control the border entry gate of Ras Judair crossing border. The first Emirati aid plane arrived to the airport of Aden, south of Yemen, in the framework of an air bridge to support the Yemeni since the liberation of the city from the Houthi militias coup and Saleh forces. Yemeni sources say that the plane carrying medical aid and disturbed on the computer of authorities. The airport also and the port of Aden, they have received accused in the last few days UAE aid planes and ships to help the people of the city who suffered from serious battles between the popular resistance forces loyal to the legitimacy and the military of Al-Houthi Cube and the forces of Saleh. US President Barack Obama called Britain to stay within the European Union in order to use their influence to the international scenes. Obama has said that Britain should stay within the Union, which gives a great degree of confidence to the Union forces, and saying that the European Union make the world safer in the context. Also, Obama congratulated the British government on fulfilling its objectives to stay in the NATO and to customize 2% of their gross national product for defense. US officials have said that the US drones launched 6 airstrikes against extremist youth movements in southern Somalia last week. Rights considered also to the near of the town of Barwij, which is one of the strongholds of the youth movement in the south of Mogadishu, where the African Union force is taking a part in the face of the elements of the youth movement from several weeks ago. This was all. For more, you can always follow us on our website الكرامة.tv and our pages Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Thank you very much.